The M1117 Guardian Armored Security Vehicle, or ASV, is an internal security vehicle manufactured by Textron Marine and AMP Land Systems for use by the U.S. Army's Military Police Corps. Its armament consists of an Mk-19 grenade launcher, an M2HB Browning machine gun mounted in a turret similar to that used on the U.S. Marine Corps' Amphibious assault vehicle, and a M240H Medium Machine Gun mounted outside the gunner's hatch. The vehicle was utilized by American military police and convoy security units in Iraq and Afghanistan. It is a more heavily protected and heavily armed alternative to the armored Humvee, which was not originally designed to be a protected fighting vehicle. History. In the 1980s, American military doctrine emphasized two distinct types of equipment. Tanks and infantry fighting vehicles were for frontline combat, and unarmored utility vehicles for transport behind the lines. In 1993, the military had to fight through Mogadishu in unarmored Humvees, leading to the development of up-armored models. Many generals doubted the benefits, but the Military Police Corps, tasked with patrolling the safe rear area behind the battle line, insisted that the Army fund a slow but steady production of the bullet-resistant M1114 Humvee. In 1999, the United States Army began buying a limited number of M1117s for the Military Police Corps. This purpose-built ASV was derived from Cadillac Gage's previous Commando family of AFV, which was used in Vietnam for base security. The ASV 150 is a much improved version of the earlier Cadillac Gage 100 and 150ths, with improved armor protection and better maneuverability due to the use of Timony's independent suspension system. The ASV uses an advanced modular expandable armor package from IBD Dice and Roth Engineering, consisting of ceramic composite applique on the exterior and small liner on the interior, at $800,000 each. The M1117 was significantly more expensive than the $140,000 price for an M1114. They were field-tested by MP units in Kosovo, mostly by members of the 709th MP Battalion. The program was cancelled in 2002 because of budget priorities. The United States Army believed that existing vehicles could be used without an unacceptable level of risk. Quote, "When the Iraq War began in 2003, there were 49 ASVs in service, with almost all of them being assigned to MP units. The first MP unit to officially use them in a combat zone was the 527th MP Company and other elements of the 720th MP Battalion. However, the onset of events in Iraq gave new life to the ASV program as HMMWVs proved vulnerable to attacks and a large source of casualties. Up-armored HMMWVs were not designed to be armored cars like the M1117, which are designed to withstand hits from small arms, mines and rockets in front-line combat units. Soldiers who used them, and some members of Congress visiting Iraq, favored them over other mine-protected vehicles. As of mid-2007, 1,729 vehicles were delivered or under contract, with many being dispersed not just to MPs but numerous other military units, including the Iraqi National Police, in response to urgent United States Army requirements in the mid-2000s. Production increased from 1 ASV every 3 weeks to 56 vehicles per month. The plant that produces the vehicles is located in New Orleans and was heavily damaged by Hurricane Katrina. The manufacturing facilities have since been rebuilt and expanded to 5 buildings, and personnel have more than doubled. The vehicle is a 21st-century version of the V100 Cadillac Gage Commando, which was used by the U.S.Army military police during the Vietnam War, whose duties often consisted of providing armed escort for wheeled convoys. The USAF in South Vietnam utilized an open-hatched commando for base security missions. A variant was to be evaluated by the U.S. Marine Corps as part of the Mine-Resistant Ambush-Protected Vehicle Program. As of May 18, 2007, after the vehicle submission failed ballistics testing at Aberdeen Proving Ground, Textron received word that they would not receive further orders as part of the MRAP program. However, in early 2008, Textron was awarded a contract to build 329 ASVs worth $228 million. They will be delivered with the latest fragmentation protection kits. The total number of ASVs produced and remaining to be delivered to the U.S. Army is 2,058 vehicles. Design. At about 15 tons, the M1117 is lighter than the 20-ton Stryker ICV, a 25-ton M2 Bradley armored vehicle. It can reach a speed of 20 miles per hour in 7 seconds. It is only 7 feet 9.5 inches wide, compared to 11 feet 9.5 inches for a Bradley. Buttoned up, the crew has 360 degrees visibility. In size and capability, it fits between the Humvee and the $1.42 million Stryker. A crew compartment is fully air-conditioned. Survivability. The Guardian's armor is designed to defeat small arms fire, mines and improvised explosive devices. The armor is angled, presenting no vertical surfaces, deflecting many rocket-propelled grenade hits. If an RPG does hit the vehicle directly, it can still function, although crew survivability varies depending on the location at which the RPG hits. Angled armor is more resistant to attack than vertical armor due to the shape of the V-shape hulls deflecting explosive forces, as opposed to a single-plane hull which takes the entire force impact. ASVs in Iraq and Afghanistan have withstood several IED attacks, some vehicles multiple times. One ASV returned 28 miles after an IED destroyed all 4 tires. As for chemical and biological attacks, the ASV's gas particulate air filtration system was designed to provide additional protection, but is currently not in service due to lack of crew masks for the system. The ASV has experienced several rollover incidents. Soldiers have a higher survivability rate when rolling over, as the turret is fully enclosed, protecting the gunner from ejection. However, there have been at least 2 incidents of rollovers that resulted in the deaths of 2 soldiers when the turret broke away from the vehicle. Since the incidents, Textron has started adding 15 additional bolts to the vehicle turret. Mobility. The typical mission profile of an ASV involves 50% travel primary roads, 30% travel on secondary roads, and 20% cross-country travel. It uses a model MD3560 Allison transmission. Front and rear independent suspension provides smooth highway speeds of up to 70 miles per hour, while it is capable of fording 5-foot depths of water, climbing gradients of 60%, negotiating 30% side slope, and overcoming obstacles of 5 feet. Its turning radius is 27.5-FOOT, and it has 18-inch ground clearance. 6 ASVs can in-plane on a C-17, fully loaded and ready to roll off. Also, the CH-53E Super Stallion is able to carry 1 ASV. Variants. The following variants are known to be in production: Service, Command and AMP Control, Recovery Vehicle, Reconnaissance Surveillance and AMP Target Acquisition, Ambulance, Infantry Carrier Vehicle, 24 in longer than ASV, armed with cupola mounting for a machine gun grenade launcher instead of a turret, carries 3 crew and aid troops. M1200 Armored Night Fist V. Export variants. Bulgaria uses a variant of the M1117 APC fitted with a Asv heavy machine gun instead of the M2. Not all vehicles have been converted this way. The Iraqi Armored Personnel Carrier Asv variant is configured for transport. Operators. Current operators: Afghanistan 634. Bulgaria 7, more to be delivered. General Defense Staff of Bulgaria has put a requirement for an additional 30 units to the Parliament. Canada 500, Colombia 39, used by the Army. It was expected to acquire a batch of the same amount. These vehicles of the infantry carrier vehicle version, purchased to supplement Colombia's recently acquired fleet of BTR-80s. Another 39 were expected to enter operational service in 2012. In August 2013, Textron was awarded a $31.6 million contract for 28 Commando APCs with remote turrets. Deliveries will begin in November 2013 and be completed by April 2014. On 4 April 2016, the United States Department of Defense made public that Colombia acquired 54 new M1117 APCs. Iraq 264, used by Iraqi National Police units. United States 1,836. The vehicle is primarily used by U.S. Army military police units. Future operators: Romania 200 to 400 to be built locally in the Kagir military factory.